The mission was always simple. Introduce more people to the joy of personal aviation by making it simpler and more approachable and, of course, more accessible. Your Cirrus should feel like an extension of your car and your personal electronics. And it should be intuitive and familiar and be wrapped in a warm and welcoming ecosystem that cares deeply about your comfort and your safety. You learn to crawl, walk, run, and drive. So why shouldn't learning how to fly be next on the list? That's always been the invitation communicated through the SR series. You can fly on your own in the world's best-selling single-engine personal airplane. The SR series is a next-generation product suited for modern travelers who value saving countless hours of travel time. It's designed to feel like your car, but in the shape of a high-performance airplane that extends your reach, recaptures your time, and transforms your life. That's been our mission for decades, and while our core product has continuously evolved and matured, I couldn't be more excited in this moment to share that the incredible Cirrus team is taking yet another major step forward in the evolution of personal travel. When you fly for yourself in a Cirrus, everything's in reach.
All right, we rolling? Looking good? We all set? It's a big deal. The SR series has really become a transformational product for so many Cirrus customers over the years. Throughout the years, as we've matured and simplified and evolved the Cirrus, we've been able to invite a lot of people into aviation, many of whom never even thought about flying themselves or getting into aviation. It's my pleasure to extend that invitation even further and introduce the next generation of the world's best-selling personal aircraft. Introducing the Cirrus Aircraft SR Series G7. This is the most significant generational change in the product's history. While the exterior looks familiar, the interior has been completely redesigned. Consider this an SR series relaunch of sorts. When people talk about aviation, it just instantaneously seems complicated. At Cirrus, the attitude is almost completely reversed. We want this to be so simple seeming and so approachable that everyone wants to do it. So when we looked at redoing the flight deck, introducing a new flight deck, not only did we want to align it with the Vision Jet and make it similar product line-wise, so it's a seamless transition between the two products, we also wanted to introduce it to people who had no experience with aviation but have experience with tablets and phones. When you get in there, it's intuitively obvious what you need to do. There's a screen, there's buttons on the screens. It is within your reach because it is literally 4 screens. It doesn't have to be complicated to be cool. Simple is cool. Things like the power lever and the side yoke have really taken a lot of design cues from the Vision Jet to make them SR-like, but also very jet-like. In G7, we're introducing a first-in-class stick shaker, increasing your stall awareness and enhancing your overall safety. One of the most significant functional improvements of the G7 is the automatic fuel selection system. The system automatically switches your fuel selection from right to left without you even having to think about it. The G7 has now gone keyless with the introduction of a push-button start. With the turn of a knob and the push of a button, your engine is started and your keys stay in your pocket. An engine start is smoother and easier in all weather conditions with the new intelligent lightweight battery. Your battery has a smaller footprint and it's lighter, 20 pounds lighter. Because the battery is smart, it's monitoring itself to make sure you are getting the greatest performance out of your battery. In G7, you'll notice the flap switch looks a little bit different. The indications for the flap position and the speeds for the flap position are actually displayed up in the avionics. That system integration allows us to introduce a new safety feature, the flap's underspeed and overspeed protection. Of course, we focused on safety and comfort and convenience and all of these things, but there's an aesthetic component to both the interior and the exterior of the G7. We've added a storage cubby just below the autopilot where you can put your phone, a small tablet, snacks, sunglasses, basically anything that you need easy reach, it'll fit right in the cubby. We've relocated the environmental controls to just below the cubby within easy reach of the pilot and the front seat passenger. We amped up the accent lighting inside. It's very cool. There's accent lighting overhead down in the footwells. It's a really cool space. And of course, we can't introduce a new generation without having a portfolio of new awesome aesthetics, new colors, new exterior designs, and a multitude of combinations of exteriors and interiors. You can truly make this airplane exactly your own. You know, I've been in the industry for almost 2 decades. One of the things that gets me up in the morning and gets me excited to be in this industry is sharing personal aviation with people throughout the world who never thought personal aviation was something that they could incorporate into their life. When I learned how to ride a bike, it expanded my sphere of where I could go. When I learned how to fly, I could fly anywhere. There was a much bigger universe that was within my personal reach. I can get there. And I think the G7 is really that next step into inviting more people into this personal aviation space that we all love. With the G7, Cirrus Aircraft is inviting you to call us, to come fly with us. Experience personal aviation for yourself. The all-new Cirrus Aircraft SR Series G7. Everything's in reach.